Uzbekistan is a Central Asian nation and former Soviet republic located north of Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. This land was part of the Silk Road trade route, an ancient place that is culturally diverse. With an area of 447,000 square kilometers, Uzbekistan stretches 1,425 kilometers from west to east and 930 kilometers from north to south. Uzbekistan has 12 regions, and each province has its own unique cultures. The topography of Uzbekistan is about 80% sandy, scrubby desert, including the massive Kizilkum. The mountains of the southeast and northeast are foothills and lower mountains of the Tian Shan Range, an extension of the Himalayas. Uzbekistan's highest point is Adelunga Togay at 10,298 feet. Uzbekistan is a multinational state. Different nations and nationalities live in this country. Uzbekistan today is the most populous country in Central Asia and is ranked the third largest state by population in CIS after Russia and Ukraine. Uzbekistan population of Uzbekistan exceeds 30.7 million people. About 75 to 80% are Uzbek. More than 10% are representatives of Central Asian nations: Tajiks, Kazakhs, Karakalpaks, Kyrgyz, Turkmens, and others. Other largest ethnic groups include Russians and other Slavic nations. Uzbek is the language of about 20 million Uzbeks living in Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan. About 14% of the population speak Russian as their first language. However, the major part of population can speak Russian as well. Due to the hot and dry climate, the dominance of mountain and desert landscape in Uzbekistan, people resided unevenly, main life concentrating in oases. In desert areas of the Republic, the population density is very low. For example, in Karakalpakstan and Navoy regions, number of people per square kilometers gets up to 7 to 9. Today in Uzbekistan, cities reside more than 42% of the total population. The largest city is Tashkent. It is the capital of Uzbekistan with a population of over 2 million people. The largest part of the Uzbekistan population is made up of rural residents. There is about 60% of the population living in rural areas. There are usually families with many children. The average Uzbek family consists of 5 to 6 people. Situated at the very crossroad of cultures and traditions, multinational country Uzbekistan is tolerant to every religion. Among all of religions, Islam is by far the dominant religion in Uzbekistan. As Muslims constitute about 93% of the population, while 7% population follows Russian Orthodox Christianity and Catholicism. Uzbekistan is proud of its history, culture, fertile soil, and hospitable people. All 4 seasons are favorable for visitors. Every history site and nature drags travelers with their absolute magnificence and beauty. Many centuries ago, the Great Silk Road that connected Europe with Asia contributed to the development of Central Asia, and in particular the cities of Uzbekistan: Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva, and Shash. These cities survive a unique flavor to the eastern cities of their area. Caravanserais and medieval monuments of Islamic architecture, the latter is causing the worldwide fame that the cities of Uzbekistan, which is gradually turning into one of the world tourist destinations in Asia. The feature of Uzbekistan culture is very colorful and distinctive. The main contribution to the development was made by ancient Muslims. Uzbekistan is home to some of Muslim world's best display of architecture. Ancient cities of Uzbekistan such as Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva are registered to UNESCO Heritage and welcome thousands of tourists every year. National Uzbek food is the separate layer of culture of Uzbek people. Unlike their nomadic neighbors, Uzbek people always were a settled nation, which cultivated agriculture and cattle raising. Native Uzbek food as plov, dimlama, chuchvara, shurpa, mastava, and many other foods are served at tables of many countries of the world.
10 interesting facts about Uzbekistan. Here are the 10 interesting facts about this country. Let's take a look and guess what countries is this. 1. The term algorithm derived from the name of Al-Khwarizmi, the scientist lived in Khwarizm region of this country. 2. This country has the best melons and watermelons in the world. It's guaranteed. 3. This country is one of only 2 double landlocked countries in the world, which means that it's completely surrounded by other landlocked countries. The second one is Liechtenstein. 4. More than 85% of population of this country are Sunni Muslims. 5. This country is very rich in terms of resources. Gold reserves of this country rank the 4th in the world, after Saudi Arabia, USA, and Russia. This country is in top 5 cotton producers in the world. 6. Metro system in its capital city is called one of the most beautiful tube station on earth, which is featured with chandeliers, marble pillars, and ceilings. 7. On International Women's Day, women are traditionally greeted with bunches of flowers. 8. Arranged marriages are still common in this country. 9. Bread has a very important role in the tradition of this country. They never throw away or step on the bread. They believe that turning bread upside down will bring you bad fortune. 10. People in this country are very hospitable and the most respected guest is always set farthest from the entrance to the house. In Uzbekistan, there is a lot of hierarchy, however, not as big as in Korea. The family built a fairly rigid hierarchy of relationship. The youngest must obey the head of the family and elders. Women are assigned to the strong position of being both the mother and the wife of the house. To her husband and her father, she is seen weaker. If you are taking public bus and there is another older person in the bus, you should give your seat to the older person. As you know, Uzbekistan has drinking tea culture. Every single Uzbek house drinks tea during the day. And if you are serving tea to the guest, then you should fill his cup less than half. It means you are respecting your guest. Remember, if you got an invitation to lunch or dinner and you're late, it's considered to be impolite. When Uzbeks having meal together, the older person among them should start eating first, and then the other people can start eating because of family hierarchy. Uzbekistan is a direct culture. They don't like walk around if they won't say something. Let's take an example of conflict handling situation. If you're employee in a company and you did wrong, your boss will tell you that you screwed up. When people have a power backing them up, they don't hesitate to say what they want and how they feel. Uzbek culture is a group culture. Married couples are living together with their parents. Also, in Uzbekistan, it's common to have a guest for a few times in 1 week. In Uzbekistan, people most of the time do not tell when they come and visit you. Be ready and prepared in advance to have someone in your house as a guest. Uzbekistan people, they like spending time with their neighbors by talking and drinking tea together. Everyone is welcome in Uzbek houses. Every district in Uzbekistan is divided to mahalla. Mahalla is a community of district. Every family who is living in that district knows each other very well because they belong to the same mahalla. Uzbekistan people are very friendly to foreigners and they try to be polite to each other to keep a good relationship. In Uzbekistan, whenever friends or neighbors meet each other, they start asking about each other's family, or health, or more. They start from A and finish with V. In Uzbekistan, people prefer to prepare in advance, especially for meetings, because they don't want to have any problems during their meeting. If they need something, they ask directly and they try to be clear in their speech.
Uzbekistan is a democratic country but has hierarchy. Power holders are very distant in society. This means that people accept a hierarchical order in which everybody has a place and which needs no further justification. Also, Uzbek's military is so powerful and they spend about $200 million a year on its military to make their military the strongest in the region. Uzbekistan is considered a collectivistic society. This is manifest in a close long-term commitment to the member group, be that a family extended relationships. For example, they would literally say, "we with friends," instead of "I and my friends." Also, Uzbekistan people have close relationship with their family. If the family lives in a detached house and there is space, the son may build their home adjacent to or around the courtyard of parents' house. Loyalty in a collectivist culture is paramount and override most other societal rules and regulations. The society fosters strong relationship where everyone takes responsibility for fellow members of their group. Uzbekistan considered a relatively feminine society. The people at workplace as well as when meeting a stranger rather than understate their personal achievements, contributions, or capacities. They talk modestly about themselves and scientists, researchers, or doctors are most often expected to live on a very modest standard of living. Uzbekistan has a high preference for avoiding uncertainty. Countries exhibiting high uncertainty avoidance maintain rigid code of belief and behavior and are intolerant of unorthodox behavior and ideas. In this culture, there is an emotional need for rules, even if the rules never seem to work. Time is money. People have an inner urge to be busy and work hard. Precision and punctuality are the norm. Innovation may be resisted, and security is an important element in individual motivation.
Uzbekistan is multi-active culture with some characteristic of reactive culture. People of Uzbekistan like to make a friend and are delighted to see guests. They are also like to talk and chatter about daily life, so it is not strange for Uzbek man to start a conversation with a person he has never seen before. You can often see these kind of people in the public areas like park or even in the bus. Compared to other Central Asians, Uzbeks are less patient when listening and may interrupt while you're speaking. Like most multi-active cultures, Uzbeks have a relaxed attitude toward time. They are emotional and people relationship oriented, planning their priorities not according to any time schedule, but instead on the potential thrill or importance of each appointment. Their arguments are circular rather than linear, as they wish to examine all aspects of proposal or project. They often wish to revisit issues that you may think have been settled. For people in linear active culture, this can be frustrating and might think that their time has been wasted. Uzbeks use reactive culture as they use praise and flattery when it's necessary. It goes quite well in doing business. However, conflict may happen when Uzbeks take advantage from these people. They'll press for more. In recent years, increased contact with the West has made them more time conscious. They are most punctual people among Central Asians. Uzbeks are most outspoken than most other Central Asians and have a confidence born of business dealing over many centuries. Other Central Asians regard them as cunning, voluble, and clever in use of speech. They begin in polite manner with the usual courtesies, but show extreme caution in phrasing their proposal. Even in purely social situations, they are noted for their circumspection. They are nobody's fool and can be cynical at times. They are very experienced commercially and must be addressed with a certain amount of sophistication. After several decades of Soviet preaching, they also exhibit some Muslim defensiveness. Other Central Asians who respect their patience and persistence felt that they must be constantly on guard against their savoir-faire. Uzbeks are certainly eloquent, dynamic, and very loquacious when dealing with each other. Death and the afterlife. Uzbeks bury their deceased within 24 hours of death in above ground times. At the funeral, women wail loudly and at specific times. The mourning period lasts 40 days. Marriage. Uzbek women usually marry by 21, men not much later. Marriage is an imperative for all, as families are the basic structure in society. A family's honor depends on their daughter's virginity, and this often leads families to encourage early marriage. In tradition, marriages are often still arranged between families. For some special cases, the bride and groom might have no chance to meet and see their partner's face before they firstly meet each other on the wedding day.